Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or good day, depending on where you're from. Seconds, it looks like the... Right, maybe that helped. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or good day, depending on where you're from. Welcome back to another live stream. What's up, everyone? How's everybody's day going so far? How's everybody's week going so far? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or a good day, depending on where you're from. Just going to take a minute or two to welcome everybody into the stream before we get into any information here. How's everybody's week going so far? Let's see who we have here in chat. Good morning, Saju. Good morning, Mitchell. Good morning, Sleepy. Good morning, Q Mendez. Good morning, E Trades. Good morning, 420. Good morning, Raf. Good morning, Majid. Good morning, Maya. Good morning, Emron. Good morning, 2 Chains. Good morning, Shubham. Good morning, Nish. Good morning, Yubong. Good morning, Darts. Good morning, Weapon. Good morning, Gonzalo. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Smooth. Good morning, Felipe. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning or good day, depending on where you're from. Hope everybody's week is going well. Good morning, OGT. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Any. Good morning, Zyro. Good morning, Smooth. Good morning, Mickey. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Marcelo. Good morning, David. Good morning, Frank. Ahmed, what's up? Kathy, what's up? Ninja Investor, good morning. Valentine, good morning. Sunny, good morning. What's up, chat? How's everybody's day going so far? How's everybody's week going so far? Good morning, or good day, depending on where you're from. Taking a moment to say good morning to everybody. Welcome everybody into the stream, and then we'll get into the information. Let's see how everybody's feeling today before I provide any analysis. Throw a 1 in chat if you're bullish for the day. Throw a 2 in chat if you're bearish for the day. And throw a 3 in chat if you've yet to create a bias this morning. see how chat is doing. Let's see what we're looking for. Before we get into any information, let's see what the community is thinking. Are we going to get higher prices today, or are we going to get lower prices today? What are we feeling, chat? Bunch of ones. I only see, there's only 1, 2 in there, so looks like we have a bunch of bulls. Got a bunch of bulls in chat this morning. Everybody thinks we're going to get higher prices this morning. Is that what's going on here? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or good day, depending on where you're from. Barely any bears in chat. Barely any bears in chat. Well, we got 9 minutes before the open here, so let's start to get prepared. Let's analyze the market so that we have a game plan moving forward. Same thing as every other time. Your business should be identical every single day. That way you could build a muscle memory. That way it could be a repeatable skill over time. Okay, so whether you think this analysis is repetitive or not, that's the point. So we're going to do the same thing as every other live stream. We're going to start to create our game plan. The most important part of the game plan every single time is time. Okay, so we analyze the economic calendar, which goes to show us that we have a red folder here today in the afternoon. Okay, so 2 p.m., red folder, FOMC meeting minutes. Okay, for anybody that's not aware of this, this is not the same as FOMC press conference or FOMC statement. That's the important FOMC. Okay, this FOMC meeting minutes is not going to see the same volatility that a Fed rate decision will, that a press conference will. Okay, so know the difference there, but we do have a 2 p.m. red folder. Okay, so we could see some volatility during the afternoon. So it's been a slow week to start. We didn't have any news on Monday or Tuesday. So let's see what today brings. So understanding time, we have a 2 p.m. red folder on top of 9:30. New York Open is always going to be an important time. Okay, whether that's not a red folder, so you're not going to see it on the economic calendar, but you have to understand that 9:30 each day is going to see volatility because of New York Open. Okay, so now that we understand the important times of the day, that's when we go into making a bias or draw on liquidity, whatever price is reaching for. Okay, that's when I get out to the daily chart, looking at swing highs, swing lows, and FVGs. Okay, so in my opinion, this is what I'm currently looking at on ES. ES is trying to use the daily bullish FVG as support for higher prices. Right, so we're looking at price bouncing from the daily FVG and moving to the swing high. Very simple terms here. We're looking at bullish FVG to act as an area of support for higher prices. Nothing more to it. Don't make it complicated. Don't fall into information overload. Create a game plan. Head into the market knowing what you're looking for. Then execute that with strictly defined risk management. Plain and simple. So, bullish bias. Okay. And in terms of a draw on liquidity, I'm going to hop over to NQ because NQ is yet to take out previous day high or the Monday high. On top of that, there's this almost like trend line liquidity here that we're running through right now. You can see that this was a very important area for the entire beginning of the week, right? We've just kind of been stuck in this consolidation until potentially today. So I am looking at this trend line as an area of liquidity for NQ. Okay, so very simple terms here. Bullish bias and we're looking for higher prices, and we have multiple areas of liquidity for NQ. Okay, so game plan for today is going to be to look for longs on NQ. Look to see if it could target previous day high as the first target. Let's see, previous day high is right here. So first target here, second target will be the Monday high here. Okay, so let's leave these on the chart. Let's also leave the bias on the chart here. Right, so now in terms of our game plan, last portion is entry function. And everybody knows what my entry function is. It's the unicorn model. Okay, so very clear here, in my opinion. If you have a different bias, so be it. This is what I'm looking at moving forward for today. So this is what I'm looking to execute. Understanding that there's an important red folder at 2 p.m. New York Open will also see volatility. So looking for a bullish bias after New York Open, I'll be looking for a bullish unicorn to target higher price. Okay, so throw it in chat if there was anything there that you don't understand, if there was any logic that you need clarity on. It's very simple for me. I'm looking at a bullish FEG on the daily chart on ES. This is the reason why I'm bullish. Okay, it looks like we're trying to use this area as support for higher prices. I'll reach for external. That will be the target. Okay, internal to external is the move that I'm looking for. And then I'm going to do it by looking for a bullish unicorn. Okay, so if anybody has any questions regarding that, if you need me to go over that information again, I believe that's pretty clear here. Feel free to throw it in chat if you need any more explanation to that. While you're at it, do me a favor, sub to the channel. That way you can communicate with us here in chat. Chat is sub-only mode. Okay. Also like the video while you're at it. Pretty simple strategy moving forward here. We're just looking for higher prices. Look for a bullish unicorn to engage with that idea. What do I see on the 1 hour? Here's the 1 hour. What I see on the 1 hour is, again, that trend line. This is the same thing as NQ. So I know that we're usually looking for SMT or a change in the state of delivery. What I'm currently looking at is a trend line. So I know that's different from usual, but this is so clear that it can't be missed, right? For all the trend line traders, they're probably staring right at this. This is catching my eye, so I need to point it out. Right? I know it's something new. It doesn't happen normally, but seeing how each one of these, right? Because we focus on equal highs or equal lows. When we focus on equal highs, we're looking at the right side to be a failure swing. So this is why it's so important to me, is that every one is a failure swing. Right? So it looks like there's a bunch of liquidity in this area. Right? Unlike ES, where ES, although it has a clear bias, ES went and took out the high each time at those locations. Well, these were clear equal highs. It didn't take it out there, but see what I'm saying here? There's a difference. So ES is giving a very clear bias, while NQ has very clear targets. And there's your previous day high there, right? So first target's been completed here in terms of the analysis. Second target was the Monday high here. Very good analysis to start the day. Looks like we're running right to the targets to start the day. Right? It does look like there's a continuation unicorn in here too. You have a swing low. You have a swing high. You have a new low and then a new high. So if anybody tried getting in during pre-market, right, it does look like you have a continuation unicorn here. FVGs are in there, so this is a continuation unicorn here. Where's the Monday high as well? Leave this on there for the next target. What a move there at New York Open. What a move. Wow. Wow. Now go ahead and place the logic with your results. What a move. What a move. Wow. If anybody used that information, this thing just went screaming 40 points higher. The previous day high already got taken out. If they're going to go for the Monday high, that's the second target. Okay? But if anybody did use this for higher prices, you're already plus 40 points. That is quite the move there at New York. Wow. Nice move. So I'll hop over to chat as well. Take a look to see if anybody in chat had any questions about that analysis, but the logic was very clear. I'll go over it one more time. That way anybody that's just entering the stream can see it as well. This to me is very clear right here. Daily bullish FVG, internal to external. That's why at New York Open, we had a bullish bias. And the unicorn is what we would use to take advantage of that. And then on top of that, we then pointed to the trend line liquidity here on NQ, which it's now taken out the targets. Congratulations, everyone. That logic was just on point this morning. Very good job. Very good job. Yeah, for all the individuals that are saying, I'm just hopping over chat now, so if I missed any of your comments, you could throw it back into chat. I was focusing on New York Open there. For all the individuals saying no hour one POI, I agree with you. That's why I didn't point it out. Right? There is no hour one POI. But that is just a probability. The information still remains the same. Right? The logic from the daily is still present. The draw on liquidity is still present. Everything I pointed to, the logic to it, you just got the result from it. What a move this morning. What a move. Well, morning's finishing within, what is that, 3 minutes? You know, that was my analysis. That was my targets. Now that we're here at the targets, I'm not going to chase this thing. That's not how we do it. Congratulations to everybody that was able to take advantage of that move, though. Phenomenal job. Here comes the Monday high as well. What a move. Both targets hit. Congratulations to the Bulls. Wow. Wow. Well, that's the morning right there. Right? That was probably the quickest morning we've had since doing these live streams. This thing just ran right to the targets. If you guys want to go over any questions or information, let's start to throw that in chat now. It could be about anything to do with this business. It could be about the model. It could quite literally be anything to do with trading. Feel free to throw any questions or comments in chat and we can go over them. What a move. Only thing left is new all-time highs there. Only thing left. Why didn't I mark out a 1 hour POI? Why is that, chat? Why did I not mark out a 1 hour POI? What would be the reason for that? You just consider the daily? Yes, you didn't see me go to the 4 hour at all there. Right? During my top-down analysis, I went from the daily to the hourly to the 5-minute. Exactly. There is no 1 hour POI. We just spoke about that. When would you use a pre-market unicorn versus one during the market? That's a risk management decision. That's not a price action decision, right? There's no type of price action that's going to show you, oh, today is a good day to use a pre-market unicorn versus a different day. You, as a risk manager, decide the hours that you execute. Okay? If you execute from 9:30 to 12, then there's never a reason to take that pre-market unicorn. You make the boundaries and you stick to them. Make the rules and follow them. Take ownership in your business. Price action's not going to show you that. You set the rules. We had an hour 1 unicorn. Let's see. Hopefully we're talking about NQ or ES because I'm on NQ. What an incredible move. I don't see an hour 1 unicorn in here. There's nothing clean about this. So if you're looking at NQ or ES, I would disagree with that. I don't see anything on the hourly. If price took out an hourly swing high, but there's a previous day high just above it, do we enter right away or wait for the previous day high to be swept? First of all, I never just enter right away. There has to be a model shown on the screen, right? I trade the unicorn model, so if my entry function isn't there, I don't enter. That's the first thing. So in terms of entering right away, no, I never just enter right away. Second thing is, yes, if there's a clear draw on liquidity that you can clearly identify, you want to use higher time frame draw on liquidity. So if previous day high is still sitting there, wait until previous day high is taken out. Now that the targets are hit, would you look for a continuation trade or just sit and wait until all-time highs? I wanted to be in the move to previous day high. The fact that they left at the open and went directly to the targets without me, this was my game plan. Okay, I did my top-down analysis heading into New York Open. I told you I was looking for previous day high and the Monday high as my targets. Since they did that without me, I'm not going to chase this thing, right? I got the logic correct. I got the bias correct. I got the target correct. Okay? I'm happy with that. I don't need to have a monetary return to understand that that logic was correct. Okay, so no, I'm not. Targets have been completed. The objective to the idea was Monday high as the second target. Now that the objective's been completed, I'm definitely waiting. Going right back to being patient. What a morning. I mean, they just, let's look at the 1 minute. Because, yeah, I mean, they never made another low. This is incredible right here. Take a look at this. Each candle made a higher low. This is, I mean, the most momentum that you could see. Each new candle never swept the previous candle's low. That is quite the move right there. Wow. Just kept making higher highs from 9:30. That's crazy. What a move. What a move. I thought we were only supposed to take a trade after 9:30. So, first of all, this is not a we thing. You run your own business. Okay? Everybody is going to make their own decisions for themselves. Right? Just because some person trades at 9:30 doesn't mean the other person trades at 9. Everybody should pick a time that they can provide their undivided attention to their business. That's when they should be trading. When they can fully manage their own risk. That's the most important thing. Yes, the opening times, as you can see, right? Here's 9:30. As you can see, 9:30 is an important time. So for the people that want to focus on higher probability times, yeah, I would focus on 9:30. Same thing for London. I would focus on London open. Same thing for Asia. I would focus on Asia open. So it doesn't matter which session you trade. What does matter is that you provide your undivided attention to your risk management. Whatever time that is, I would suggest using one of the opening times. Ran my backtesting results through ChatGPT for the last 4 months, and it showed me that Wednesdays are my worst days. That's awesome. That's awesome that it was able to analyze your data like that. You should absolutely use that to become more efficient. Very good job. That's the same thing with me in the 1-minute chart. Like, I know that the majority of my losses occur on the 1-minute chart, so I try to stay off the 1-minute chart. Yes, it still happens that I still take trades on the 1-minute chart. I'm not saying that I'm forever banned from the 1-minute chart. What I'm saying is majority of my losses occur on the 1-minute chart, so I try to stay off it the best I can. Same thing with you for Wednesday, right? If Wednesday's your worst day and you know that for a fact because the data shows it, then you should take a proactive approach to that. Maybe you should be flat on Wednesday. That's awesome. The ChatGPT. What a move this morning. So there's only one question left, chat. Are we going to make a new all-time high? Yes or no? Throw it in chat. 1, if we're going to make a new all-time high. 2, if we're not going to make a new all-time high. Throw it in chat. What do you think for the rest of the day? Will we make a new all-time high? Another one. Will we make a new all-time high? Where's ES at? Let's put ES all-time high. 2. All right. Oh. Will we make a new all-time high? 1 if we are, 2 if we are not. Hey Ash, your recent stop loss trade, yeah, yesterday. Was that really a breaker? Yes, the only trades that I take are breakers plus FEGs. So yes, that's a breaker. Has a swing low, it has a swing high, it has a new low, then it has a new high. Then I outline the highest up close candle before the leg down that took liquidity. There was an FEG aligned with it. That's what makes it a unicorn. So yes, it was a breaker. Yes, it was a unicorn. Can you believe they left without us? Yeah, unfortunate, right? They just ran this thing right to the targets. We'll see if they want to continue. What a move to start the morning. So we'll do another 15 minutes or so for some questions and answers. I do have the My Funded TV live stream at 10:30 as well. Okay, so if you want to continue the conversation, we could do it over there as well. But I have another 15 minutes here before I wrap up the stream. If you have any questions or comments, if you have any information that you want to go over, you heard my logic from this morning. We got a result to it. Do you always go live on My Funded TV? Yes, Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 11:30, I am live on the My Funded TV. What a move this. Once we take the swing high, would you look for a reversal? No, my job for the day is done. I'm not looking for anything else, right? I create a game plan heading into the market. Then I execute that game plan. Once I get a result to it, I'm done for the day. I don't care what happens for. Right, so my idea today was to be bullish. I was bullish because of the daily fair value gap on ES, right here. The reason why I was bullish. So when I'm bullish, I'm looking to target previous day highs. Multiple previous day highs have been taken out already. And now we're about to reach the last target of new all-time highs on NQ. So I'm done. I don't need to continue to be right again. I create one game plan. I execute one game plan. Then once I get a result to that game plan, I'm done for the day. So I've already gotten a result to NQ. I was looking for higher prices. We got the higher prices. Therefore, I don't need to continue to keep analyzing. My job for the day has been. Trend is your friend until the end of the trend. That is right. All those bears, all those people that want to short because we're at all-time highs. Well, here comes a new all-time high. Trend is your friend until the end of the trend. It has been a very clear trend for quite some time. Sorry to the bears, but looks like we're still going to make another new all-time high. Is your friend until the end of the trend. NQ's just not stopping for nobody. Not stopping for. I want all-time highs. Saying right. What a day. So anything else, chat? Any questions or information before we wrap it up? Shorter stream today. That's because we got in here, we created a game plan, and we got a result to it. So no reason to spend more mental capital on it. We collected our data. Time to document it. Has your unicorn worked well on gold? I've only traded gold one time in my entire life. So I cannot speak on gold. I'm not going to make assumptions. If I don't have the information, I'll have to defer to other people. I don't have the information on gold. I've literally only traded it one time my entire life, so can't really comment on it. On the daily chart, would you consider that a change in the state of delivery? Absolutely not. Like I just said a couple seconds ago, we have been bullish for a long period of time. So in terms of a change in the state of delivery, no, we've had the same delivery the entire time on the daily chart since April. The trend has not changed. Trend is your friend until the end of the trend. So no, that's not a bullish change in the state of delivery because we've been in an uptrend for a long time. Continuing the trend, not changing it. Would you say there's an hourly unicorn on YM? Take a look at YM. Hour one unicorn. Oh, it did take out the low. I thought those were equal lows at first. I wouldn't use any of this. There's nothing clear in here. I would be using this though. Right, this being a breaker. There's no clear price fluctuations here. So I wouldn't look at this right here as a unicorn. Right, if you're trying to use this here. that doesn't look very clear. This just looks like one entire leg down below this swing low here. I would be using this. This is where the structure actually changed. 4 hour. 4 hour. That is much cleaner on the 4 hour. Yeah, this is absolutely a unicorn on the 4. This is very clean. This is what I'd rather see. 100%. With a failure swing target. Nice 2R trade right there. Nice. That looks very clean. I agree with that. Ash, if there's a bearish unicorn setup, will you trade it? No. Absolutely not. I create a game plan. I execute that game plan. You watched me do a top-down analysis showing a bullish bias. I do not counter trade that bias. I said I was bullish. I said I was targeting previous day highs. Once I received a result to that information, I said that I was done for the day. Right? Create a game plan, execute that game plan. Once you get a result to it, your objective for the day has been completed. Go do something else. Right? And that's where I'm sitting right now. I had a bullish bias, targeting previous day high. That has been completed. Good for today. Is there a bullish unicorn right before 9:30? Yeah, we did point to that already. I do agree that this is a continuation unicorn right here, if this is what you're pointing to, right before 9:30. Yeah, I do agree with that. Can you expedite at 2 o'clock today? No. Today is not an expediting opportunity. No. On NQ, why wasn't there an hourly plus FEG from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. not considered as an hourly POI? Take a look. Yeah, this is definitely an hourly POI. So maybe I'm not understanding the question properly. Yeah, this is definitely a bullish FEG. Without a doubt. Right? If price moved into here, then that would have been a location for a bullish bias, but it didn't. It just went higher at the open. Amazing job today. Bulls got paid there. Nice run back to all-time highs. They want to finish it out. But yes, this is absolutely an hourly POI. We can't force price to go there. We just objectively analyze price. We efficiently react to it. It chose not to go there. It chose to go higher right off the open. So we would hypothetically want to take a trade from that hourly POI. I'm not understanding really where the confusion is here. There is no hypotheticals. We read price, right? We are in the present. We are only dealing with what is currently happening. So what happened is at New York Open, we instantly moved higher to our targets. Our targets have been hit. So our objective for today is completed. I'm not looking for positions from this hourly POI. No, the hourly POI was not used for this morning. Price just instantly went higher. Right? We're done for the day. Our objective has been completed. Doesn't matter what happens after this. Hi, Ash, and good morning. Good morning to you as well, Vis. Which FOMC news are you not trading? I said that again in the beginning of the stream. Maybe just rewatch the stream during the top-down analysis. FOMC minutes meeting is not the same as FOMC press conference. Two different things. After all-time highs and the next days, will you target the lows? I don't have a crystal ball. I don't look to predict the future. I'll wait to see what the information presents itself at that point in time. I'm not going to provide any forecast because I don't know what the information is going to state. I read what is currently on the screen, and what is currently on the screen, that they're reaching for all-time highs. What they do after that, I have no clue what will happen after. All right, phenomenal morning. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. If you guys want to continue this conversation over on the My Funded TV live stream, I'll be live over there at 10:30. You can take some time to go get a new cup of water and a snack before the next live stream. Congratulations to the Bulls this morning. Go back to the beginning of this video. Go and watch the top-down analysis, because that was just priceless. You get the logic in real time. That is what creates probability. So go back to see what made me bullish today, the information that I pointed to, so that you can hear that logic and then get the result to it, because this was a very quick result to that data. This is data to be documented and kept for the records, because that was a beautiful move. So, thank you everybody for being here. I hope everybody's having a great week. Let's continue to keep working relentlessly every single week. Continue to keep showing up and completing our business. I hope everybody has a great week. Thank you for spending New York Open with me. I'll see you guys over on the My Funded live stream. Have a great day, everyone.